Gotch here with PTV. Gotchy, Hawthorn came out pretty quickly, got the goals on the board, and looked as though just coming out of the breaks, we struggled to really get on the board as well. Is that sort of fair to look at?
Yeah, look, I think the first quarter put us on the back foot, didn't it? The way they came out and moved the ball well. They spread well from stoppage, a little bit harder than us in tight, and I think they were rebounding pretty well off half back. They just used the ball going forward a lot more efficiently and put the scoreboard pressure on, and we gave up a couple of mid-turnover goals in that first quarter, which were pretty costly in the end result, and put us on the back foot. So quarter time we had to reassess where we were at, and at least we were a little bit more physical and made a bit more of a game of it from then on, we thought.
Positive coming out of the, I suppose, last quarter, in that we were able to claw back the goals that they put on the board and finish no worse off than we did at three-quarter time.
Yeah, it was looking a little bit ugly there, wasn't it, early in that last quarter, and to the boys' credit, they kept sticking at it, and to kick the last couple of goals and get the last four inside 50s and only go down by 46 points was probably a good testament to the fact that they never did give up. They couldn't quite work out, didn't sort of take the advantages of the play that we had in that second and third quarter. At stages there we had some momentum going with us, and we didn't quite put that scoreboard pressure on, and you could just sense that unless we did, it was going to open up a little bit their way, and unfortunately it did at times, and they had patches where they had real purple patches, and unfortunately we didn't make the most of our opportunities going in.
Some of the defenders, though, I think Bobby kept Franklin to 15 touches and only 4 goals, which after his game against North Melbourne is not even half of what he got. So in terms of the defenders' performances, you'd be happy with the efforts that they were able to put up? Yeah,
well, certainly, Bobby, keeping to 4 goals 3, and after last week, we were a little bit concerned about how much he can get off the leash, and I thought Bobby played him really smartly, and they kept going to him all the time, and I think Bobby stood up in those circumstances. And I don't think we can forget Serge either. Serge played on Rioli, and Rioli didn't kick a goal. We know what he's capable of, and kept him to about 10 possessions, which I thought was a pretty fair effort considering the amount of ball that was going in there. There was a fair discrepancy in the inside 50s to them compared to us. So those guys can certainly hold their heads high, and the rest of the backs tried hard, and certainly the mids got better as the game wore on and matched it, but we got blown out of the water early, which we never recovered from.
And looking ahead, is there anything you can get out? We play Hawthorn at Aurora Stadium later on this year. Is there anything that sort of get out of this game for that match later on in the year?
Oh, I think we'll learn a lot out of that. We'll have a good look at it during the week, in our divisions, and have a good look at how some of the divisions went about it. The backs compared to the forwards, that sort of stuff. Also, hopefully by that stage we'll get Brokey back into the midfield. Andrew Moore was probably another positive. 20 possessions going through the midfield. Brad Uber kept trying really hard. Brody still had his possession rate reasonable, and Kane Corns was up there. So those guys will learn a lot out of the experience of going through today. And Hawthorn was certainly up and about. Coming off last week's big victory, you could tell they were chock full of confidence, and they're a good side, and they proved it today. And we're just outclassed in the end, and we'll learn a lot from it.
Great, thanks, Gotchy.
No worries, mate.